So first, I am going to be out for 6 weeks. There is so much that goes into leaving your room. And so it's always just tough. And, you're anxious, nervous. You're anxious, nervous about having surgery, but then I'm anxious and nervous about my classroom. There's not much more you can do at this point. And when you return in March, you're just going to be able to do what you can do. So that's the plan. It's a very loose plan. Previously on Dear Sketchbook. It's December.
It is December. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's happening.
Let's acrylic paint with some students.
There's so much happening around me.
I mean, if middle school is your student of choice, you definitely have a screw loose up here anyway, so.
I need a nap. I'm Keisha Morales, and I'm an elementary art teacher here in Texas.
I'm Jablecki, and welcome to my middle school classroom in Maryland.
And welcome to Art of Education's Dear Sketchbook,
an art teacher vlog where we share the ins and outs of art teacher life
with fun and helpful tips and tricks along the way.
It is January, which means that the only thing more unpredictable than a middle schooler is the weather.
It is the month of January, and we're talking about efficient, time-saving ways to label your artwork.
We are getting the art room reset up. We are trying to survive the snow day apocalypse.
And of course, how we Texans handle the snow.
And it's almost finals time. It's crunch time.
So we are back from break. We are gonna do a lot of art show prep. And our first and kinder friends are gonna be making painted paper for the school of fish that we're going to be creating. And it's going to be a fun, easy way to get back into the classroom, go over expectations, and still have time to paint. And I don't like to use paintbrushes when we're doing painted paper because, number one, who wants to clean all that? So I like to use pre-cut cardboard, and they just throw it away. There's no mess to clean up afterwards. It's amazing.
So one tip that I have for you when it comes to keeping things separate for first and second semester is that I have dedicated second semester supplies. I hold off and I totally separate them out. In between each semester, I like to make fresh bathroom passes. After one semester, they get gross and they get torn up. I'm gonna make a new set of bathroom passes using my school pictures because what else am I gonna do with this? And second, it's epic.
Welcome to my TED Talk, where I'm going to present to you how to create a themed art show. You need a vision board, and I have it broken down by the different categories, location. Then we have artists, our illustrations that we're going to be using for the art show. And what I like to do is take some of these images and blow them up on a projector and trace them and have the kids use them to paint. I just got a group message from teachers asking where the white butcher paper is. This is going to be our little secret, okay? We know that the spring semester brings a lot of events and testing days that will affect the kids coming to art, music, and PE. And instead of doing like a one-day lesson to just fill the time, I like to have things prepped, ready to go for art show. We have the drawn fish that our older grade levels will be working on, some giant cardboard pieces that our friends will be painting and putting color down, seashell stuff that needs to be painted. We have more spray installation over here. They are 90% finished on their fishes. Obsessed. Cute, cute, cute. So cute, so cute, so cute. Okay. Super cute.
Today, we are running a half-day schedule because students are going to get out early because it's going to snow this afternoon. There's a chance on Monday and Tuesday of snow. So it's Friday, so we'll see if we come back next Wednesday. I love this game for like quick, easy days when I need something to do. This game, Tag, is basically like tag, you get my book next, and then you're going to create the next card. I have bought the cards, but you could very easily like make these exact same cards. So first I have them pull a location card for them to break up their paper. So for instance, if they draw this, they have to break their paper up. I just had them draw one at the beginning. So next are the action cards. So it could be to draw, paint, or it could be collage. Then we roll a color. They spin to get their combo. They have their draw stuff. So this would have like different things that they need to draw. And I have them make this in layers. So they might first be painting triangles, and then over top of their painted triangles, they might be drawing crescents, and they'll be different colors because we're always rolling a new color. And I try to incorporate something different in there. So I'll pick a random drawing prompt and I'll say, add this illustration on top. And you can do it in such a short period of time. But also it's a great way to just create these different bases to get rid of that white page syndrome. Variations that I play of this game are, one, we do it as a whole group. I do it as a race, as an independent like station. I also sometimes might do this as like a mini subplan. This game is really, really great to do as an adaptive art lesson, especially because I can, instead of asking them to cut, they can tear, and there's a lot of different actions. So this is a great creativity starter.
So I just want to share what Texas is currently dealing with. And if you are not from Texas, and if you are from somewhere that deals with like weather, snow, ice, winter storms, y'all know what to do. Y'all are still having school. Here in Texas, we don't know how to act. So we are about to experience a pretty intense winter storm. We're supposed to be getting like, I don't know, like 8 inches of snow, which is ridiculous because we've never experienced, in my 30-something years of living, I've never seen that. It's like an apocalypse happening. Like, people are freaking out. There's nothing in the groceries. Not saying that you should not be prepared, because you should, but it drops below like 30 and we lose our marbles, okay? Like, that's the best way to put it.
We are officially on a snow day, and I think right now we're looking at 8 inches and more coming tonight, which is awesome because I think they're going to cancel school. So one of the projects and lessons that I know I want to bring to my students, especially at the beginning of the semester, is all about creating our own art and transformation. Number one, we're going to talk about our own ideas and how to come up with them. The second is to understand the reasoning why. And then the third is to understand this idea of transformation. Between me and my long-term sub, we can both be viewing and working simultaneously to create different presentations. I can also record videos of myself so that my students can actually see and hear me speaking as well. And so I'm going to do an exercise with them called rapid fire doodles, where you're just given 10 seconds to draw the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear a word. Make sure that they're using pen when they do this, so that they aren't tempted to erase. And then also this idea of reflect. Was it easy? Was it hard to come up with our own ideas? Is it okay to turn somebody else's work into our own? And what is the right amount of change that needs to happen for us to call it our own work? Then I'm gonna have them transform their own artwork. And that's when we introduce Mariko Koda. Her real name is actually Naomi Voda. She will take pages from magazines and she transforms them using paint pens and acrylics to create a new piece of art. They're going to pick a page from a magazine, and then they will begin to transform the figure or the portrait of the person in order to create a new work of art. This should at least last 3 classes.
Good morning from my home on a Thursday morning, because we got a snow day here in Texas. Yes, you heard that sentence correct. We here in Texas got a snow day. It is real snow coming down hard. It is sticking and it's not melting. If you're from Texas, I know you know. We don't get this here. We don't get this here. We really don't get snow days. If it does snow, it turns into ice, okay? Is it wild that coffee tastes different when you can actually sit and enjoy it and not having to rush to drink it? We're gonna pull out the sketchbooks. We're gonna make art. And you know what? I'm feeling festive. I'm gonna buy a new audiobook. We're gonna enjoy this relaxing snow day. Like, that sentence coming out of my mouth is weird, but let's go make some art.
We have another snow day tomorrow. That's 3.5 days from the storm. And it's making me anxious. about going and not getting stuff done and being in my classroom. This was definitely not something that I was anticipating. So we are currently on day 3 of staying at home. It is another snow day, and our snow day has unfortunately took a turn. All right, so we are currently on day 4 of Snowmageddon. Things that I'm contemplating. Number 1, is maybe starting my own sourdough. I don't know. I feel like now I'm going to be officially a homesteader. So if you are keeping track, it is currently day 5 that my district is closed for inclement weather. It is currently day 535. We've been trapped up on the mountain. It's not snowing anymore, but it is bitter cold. I don't know. I'm getting real squirrely thinking that like my dining room needs to be wallpapered or I need to start like a mural. I don't know. But it is what it is, and we'll make it up.
Okay, I'm done. This is enough snow for me. Okay, I'm good. Attention, attention. Class is in session. Listen, we don't gatekeep around here, okay? We share. I am here to share my secret sauce for creating a fun, creative, themed, colorful, aesthetically pleasing art show. Let's get into it. Number 1, you are going to need photos of all the spaces of where you want artwork and all the things. If you have seen my art shows, I like to go big. That's how we do it here in Texas, okay? Take your photos, put them inside. And start drawing and planning the ideas you have. I like to go take a measuring tape and actually measure out some of these spaces. I'm able to take these pictures and reuse it next year so we don't have to worry about it anymore. Before I leave any sub-plans or an activity for somebody to do, I always want to make sure that I test it out first to make sure that it is going to be very positive. And I also want to make sure that I know some things that might happen ahead of time so that I can help the substitute anticipate that or make any adjustments needed so that it doesn't fall on my substitute to take care of. I went through a couple of magazines and I pre-tore out advertisements that students could cover and use. Anxious and nervous about going out on leave? The Art of Education is your one-stop shop for everything that's going to help you stay organized and help you set the tone for when you're out. There are incredible resources, whether you're needing a one-day lesson plan or extended leave. I love this podcast about being present even when you're not in the art room, as well as 4 ways to navigate your long-term or extended leave in the art room. Check out this article and all of the other resources that Art of Ed has to offer for your long-term leave. I am rushing to YouTube right now because if you have not heard the news, Jen and Sarah's video is out on the Art of Ed, and it's all about how they prep for their art show. You can never have too much knowledge or information on how to plan for such a big event. So I am going to be prepping and making things for my art show as we watch how they prep for their art show.
I don't even want to count how long I've been working on these.
Girl, I get it. Relatable. Catch Sarah and Jen over at Art Show Secrets, where they share their hilarious behind-the-scenes confessions and their best tips and hacks for all things art show. We'll link the playlist above and below. I started putting together my sub binder. I have resources, semester 1 and semester 2. Fun tip: always make sure that you explain your technology or have a blurb about the technology in your room for your sub. And I have highlighted on my phone tree the most important people to call. I also added in here the names of the people that are on our Unified Arts team, as well as our association rep here at the school. I think that that's a really important person, and I always make sure that I let the teacher know that I'm referring them. I also make sure that I introduce my custodian. I think that custodians are one of the most underrated and underappreciated people in the school, but are one of the most important people. The last thing that I included was my own personal contact information, which I've also sent to her digitally, but just in case, as well as a little guide to the keys. That is the other thing I think that gets left behind a lot, is which one of these keys goes to where and to what. I don't even know where this goes.
It's a mystery still to me. I actually send out my plans to my long-term sub digitally. This way, if there's anything that they want to make any amendments or changes on, I am totally open for them to do that. I want this to be more of a collaborative process versus me just being like, this is what I'm going to do. So one of the other things that I sent out digitally to both my parents and my staff and my students was an introduction video. I want them to see my face. So sending out an introduction video to who I am before the beginning of the semester not only allowed me to have the opportunity to introduce my long-term sub and kind of briefly explain where I'm going and when I'll be back, but it really gave me an opportunity to become a person to some of the people out in the community, especially to my 6th graders. They've never had me as a teacher before.
Well, that wraps up the month of January.
Be sure to comment below with some of your helpful tips when it comes to creating long-term sub plans.
How do you visualize and plan for your art show?
Also, what are some things that you might do in your classroom for 2nd semester kids?
And how do you and your school handle snow?
Make sure that you have your notifications turned on and that you're subscribed so that you don't miss out on another month where we vlog the ins and outs of art teacher life. Bye! You are not going to believe what's happening next, so stay tuned. It's surgery day, getting all checked in. I will update you on the flip side. Gonna go get my IV and everything in. I mean, come on guys, it's fashion.